In the heart of a desolate town, cloaked in perpetual shadows, a sinister presence lingered. The locals spoke of a darkness that descended upon the village every nightfall, bringing with it the eerie sound of footsteps echoing through empty streets. Legends whispered of a clan of vampires, vile creatures that had thrived in the shadows for centuries. As the moon cast its pale glow over the town, a chilling wind swept through the air. Among the dilapidated buildings, an ancient mansion stood, its windows shattered and ivy crawling up its decaying walls. The mansion, known by the locals as the House of Eternal Night, concealed the secrets of the vampire clan. A young woman named Alara, drawn to the mysteries that shrouded the town, arrived seeking refuge from her troubled past. Unbeknownst to her, the town's ominous history would soon entwine with her fate. One fateful night, Alara woke to the haunting melody of a piano emanating from the mansion. Unable to resist the allure, she found herself compelled to investigate. The mansion's grand entrance creaked open as if inviting her in. The air inside was thick with a musty scent, and the only sound that permeated the darkness was the rhythmic drip of water. As Alara ventured deeper into the mansion, she discovered a grand hall adorned with portraits of aristocratic figures, their eyes seemingly following her every move. The haunting echoes of laughter resonated, a distorted memory of the mansion's opulent past. In the dim light, Alara noticed a staircase that led to the upper floors, and the haunting piano melody grew louder. Ascending the stairs, she reached a corridor lined with ornate doors. The music guided her to a room at the end, where she discovered an ancient grand piano played by spectral hands. The keys moved with unnatural grace, as if controlled by an unseen force. The room's atmosphere pulsed with a dark energy, and Alara felt a pair of eyes watching her. Suddenly, the music ceased, and the room plunged into an oppressive silence. From the shadows emerged a figure clad in centuries-old attire. His piercing gaze bore into Alara's soul, revealing a hunger that transcended mere mortal desires. "I have been waiting for you," the vampire spoke in a voice that echoed through the empty halls. His name was Lord Armand, the patriarch of the vampire clan that had plagued the town for generations. Alara, caught in his mesmerizing gaze, felt a strange mixture of fear and fascination. Armand revealed the tragic tale of his clan, cursed by an ancient pact, condemned to an existence that thrived on the life force of the living. As he spoke, the mansion seemed to come alive with whispers of lost souls and of anguish, of those who had succumbed to the vampire's insatiable thirst. Despite the darkness that surrounded Armand, Alara sensed a glimmer of humanity within him, a longing for redemption. He spoke of a prophecy foretelling the arrival of a chosen one, a mortal who could break the curse and free the town from the eternal night. Torn between the horror of the vampire's curse and the possibility of salvation, Alara faced an impossible choice. As she contemplated her fate, a sudden noise echoed through the mansion, the sound of footsteps approaching. The door burst open, and a group of vampire hunters, armed with stakes and silver weapons, stormed into the room. Among them was a rugged man named Victor, his eyes filled with determination. Then an easy alliance between Alara and the vampire hunters unfolded, as they shared a common goal to break the curse and rid the town of the vampire menace. As they delved deeper into the mansion's secrets, they uncovered a labyrinth of underground tunnels, crypts, and hidden chambers. The vampire hunters, guided by ancient manuscripts, sought to find the source of the curse, and in the reign of darkness, in the shadows, Lord Armand watched their every move. His conflicted emotions surged. as he grappled with the desire for redemption and the instinctual thirst for blood. Unbeknownst to Alara and the Hunters, a faction within the vampire clan plotted to prevent the prophecy from coming true, seeking to maintain their immortal dominion. The air thickened with tension as Alara, Victor, and the Hunters ventured into the heart of the mansion, where an ancient chamber revealed the origins of the curse. A sacrificial ritual gone awry had bound the vampire clan to the town, and only a selfless act of sacrifice by a chosen mortal could break the curse. As the group prepared to confront the darkness that loomed before them, a chilling realization dawned upon Alara. She was the chosen one. The weight of destiny pressed upon her shoulders, as she grappled with the choice between her own survival and the salvation of the cursed town. Lord Armand, torn between his vampiric instincts and the flicker of humanity within him, faced a similar dilemma. The faction within the vampire clan grew desperate, deploying dark forces to prevent the prophecy from unfolding. Betrayals unfolded, and the line between ally and enemy blurred. As Alara stood at the precipice of her destiny, the fate of the town hung in the balance. The ancient mansion, a crucible of secrets and shadows, awaited the final confrontation that would decide whether the eternal night would persist, or if the first light of dawn would herald a new era for the cursed town. The story unfolds with Alara grappling with the revelation of her destiny. The Hunters forging uneasy alliances with a conflicted vampire lord, and the malevolent forces within the vampire clan orchestrating their dark machinations. To thwart the prophecy, the shadows deepen, and the air becomes charged with anticipation as the stage is set for a climactic showdown between the forces of light and darkness. The haunted town, caught in the grip of a centuries-old curse, teeters on the edge of salvation or eternal damnation. As Alara stood in the ancient chamber, the weight of destiny pressing upon her, a dark revelation unfolded. The vampire clan, fractured by internal strife, descended into chaos. Lord Armand, torn between his desire for redemption and an insatiable thirst for blood, succumbed to the darker forces within. The faction within the vampire clan, fueled by desperation, unleashed a malevolent power that overshadowed the hopes of salvation. Betrayals and deceit shattered the uneasy alliances forged between Alara, the Hunters, and the conflicted Lord Armand. The prophecy seemed like a distant dream as the forces of darkness closed in. In the final confrontation, the ancient mansion erupted in a tempest of shadows and malevolence. Alara, realizing the futility of her chosen destiny, faced a cruel ultimatum. The sacrifice required to break the curse demanded a toll to steep her own life. As Alara succumbed to the ritual, her life force drained away. The ancient curse tightened its grip on the town. The vampire clan, now united in their malevolence, emerged from the shadows with renewed vigor. The eternal night became an inescapable reality, shrouding the cursed town in a darkness that swallowed hope and silenced any lingering echoes of salvation. The vampire hunters, betrayed and defeated, scattered into the night, their quest for redemption left unfulfilled. The once desolate town became a spectral landscape, forever haunted by the malevolent laughter of vampires echoing through the perpetual darkness. Lord Armand, freed from the conflict that tore at his soul, embraced the vampiric nature that consumed him. The house of eternal night, now a fortress of eternal darkness, stood as a monument to the triumph of the vampire clan. The prophecy lay shattered, its promise of salvation replaced by an unending reign of terror. The tale of Alara, the chosen one, and the cursed town became a grim legend whispered among those who dared tread near the house. of eternal night. The shadows clung to the forsaken town, and the vampires prowled through the streets, their thirst for blood unquenchable. The bad ending marked the town's descent into eternal night, a tragic culmination of a prophecy that promised salvation but delivered only despair. The curse endured, and broken, as the howls of eternal night cast its ominous shadow over the forsaken land, a grim reminder that some darknesses are destined to persist, regardless of the frail hopes that strive against them.